Pardini, you happen to mention the city of Dubuque, which is where my wife was born and where I spent a good deal of my time back in the 1st District of Iowa. And in my former life, I had the opportunity to represent a UHF ABC affiliate named KDUB, back in a time when the whole issue of must-carry rules and the impact they were having on different types of markets in the cable that were being served by the cable industry were being impacted. In terms of Mediacom's experience, what I'd like you to do is share with us your perspective on the impact that Iowa subscribers and other subscribers around the country should expect to receive on February 18th. For example, after this DTV transition, will all of the Iowa subscribers that you serve be able to view all of the channels that they can today?
Absolutely. All of our cable subscribers will continue to receive all of the traditional off-air signals that they currently receive. So on February 19th, the sun will rise, the birds will sing, and the Today Show will be on. They will not necessarily, Mediacom cable subscribers will not need to buy additional equipment in order to receive those signals. We're very thankful that the chairman of the FCC, Chairman Martin, has announced a waiver for small cable operators with less than 552 megahertz of signal, so that they'll be waived from dual carriage requirements under must carry, and this will allow them to continue to carry these signals and minimize the investment of very scarce resources, so that small cable operators can continue to provide these valuable local services to their customer base.
One of the reasons I mentioned Dubuque is because I was surprised to learn that Dubuque was one of the pioneers in the cable TV industry in this country because of the geography and the topography and the bluffs around Dubuque located on the Mississippi River.
Well, the terrain of Dubuque is a challenging terrain to receive an off-air signal, and that's one of the benefits that cable operators provide the broadcast community. And in exchange for the valuable entertainment services that the broadcast community provides, cable operators extend the range of their signals to places where off-air signals wouldn't normally go. They generally improve the picture quality over that terrain so that you have a very watchable, snow-free picture, and thereby increase the viewership and the eyeballs that are enjoying the programming's offerings that are being put forth by the broadcast community. So I think that it's a very much a win-win situation until you get into the area of retransmission consent, where government regulation has created an extraordinary and unusual market power that allows some broadcasters to use an unhealthy degree of leverage to extract fees from consumers that they wouldn't normally receive in the course of their business models.
May I address that, Mr. Chairman?
You may.
I can't speak, of course, to Mr. Pardini's experience, but in my market, we receive no transmission consent fees from any cable operator. In our market, probably 80% of the homes who receive cable are subscribers to either Charter or Comcast, so we've never really had any position to go to them with. And I want to also mirror his comments that we think that we've helped each other. We certainly recognize the value that that cable systems bring to us, and we know from our own ratings information that we bring a great deal of value to them, because the broadcast over-the-air stations are viewed significantly more than the cable sources that they're on cable systems. So while we look at this as basically a market matter, I want to point out that we have never in the history of our station threatened anyone to remove our signal, except one time back in 1993, because they wouldn't sign the agreement, and it had no money attached to it. We just couldn't get the agreement from them.
Thank you.
Only time.
Mr. Oliver, I want to talk to you a little bit about something we hear about called triple play. More and more of the telecommunications companies are offering their customers a triple play of voice, internet, and video services, and we heard Mr. Pardini talk about some of the services that his company provides. How do you expect the DTV transition may affect consumer demand for video services provided by telecommunications companies?
That's an interesting question, and it's somewhat difficult probably for us to tell. In many respects, I would not think that it would have significant impact because, again, We're talking about the consumers receiving their TV signal off air as being the ones that are impacted. Our company, for instance, does provide video. We've got roughly 6,800 video subscribers that we currently serve. And I wouldn't necessarily expect that it's going to be tremendously increased as a result of the DTV transition. So I don't think it's going to have tremendous impact, but as you say, the triple play has been a tremendous success for us as rural carriers in our ability to deliver the broadband signal out to our customers. There's been a number of studies, and the FCC has even concluded that the provision of video signal along with broadband tremendously increases that penetration rate, and that's what we strive to do in the rural areas, is to ensure that the facilities that we're putting out there, which are high cost to start with, have as much subscribership as possible. So our interest in this is, again, from that broadband deployment side and being in a position to continue to link that video with that broadband service.